Hello, this is Vanessa. Welcome to my vlog. I wanted to share with you, don't wait for an apology. Don't wait for anybody to apologize to you about whatever it is. Sometimes I think we get a little bit stuck in pain or anger or sadness and grief if we wait for someone to apologize. And you can see that in the way that you keep on thinking about the person that maybe you broke up with, or that you've been in conflict with, or whatever it is. Sometimes, even if we don't know it, we're waiting for closure or for an apology, or maybe we are the person that needs to apologize. And I just want to let you know, don't wait for an apology, because this is really something that you can close within yourself, and you don't need to wait for closure with the other person. You know, I know this from my own experience. When I was in my early 20s, I was in a relationship, and I feel like it was really codependent. I think we were both taking actions that were not so good. We were not good communicators at that time, I think. And that's okay. And I feel like it took me a long time to let go emotionally. I realized later it wasn't about that person themselves. It was more about the emotions that I attached to the person and the situation. And I always felt like I wanted them to realize how much they hurt me. And even when we met up after the breakup, I never felt like that was really closed, or they really told me what I needed to hear. And I just want you to know that you may never hear what you need to hear from your father, from your mother, from a friend, from a lover, from a partner, from a boss, ex-boss, whatever it is. You may never hear an apology. And you know why it's okay? Because it's really not about them telling you. It's about you forgiving yourself for your part, if you had a part in it. And it's really about feeling the feeling that was created within you through whatever happened, through that experience. And when I realized that, with this example of the breakup that I went through back then in my early 20s, when I realized later, much later, that it was just about me processing the emotions, plural, that I hadn't processed about it, I realized that actually I was holding on to the feeling and the situation and the person because that was the closest to, I don't know, getting closure, I guess, without getting closure. And I realized that the wound that was triggered in that relationship was actually much deeper. Now, that doesn't need to be the same for you, but sometimes it's like that a wound is even deeper than the person just coming to you and, saying sorry. Maybe sometimes that doesn't change anything at all. So I just want you to know, don't wait for anybody to apologize. Let go of that expectation that they will ever do that, or that they will ever make amends or tell you what you want to hear. Maybe it's not an apology, because they may not, and you're wasting time and all your energy towards that person that may never give you what you need. But here's the empowering thing. You are able to give yourself what you need by sitting down. And I know that sounds so simple, but it's really, really powerful once you understand how it works. By sitting yourself down, maybe doing a little bit of movement before, so your body gets activated, and then sitting yourself down and maybe putting on some music that makes you feel in the mood to feel your emotions, whatever helps you or reminds you of that situation or person. But sit yourself down, connect to that situation, connect to how you felt then, and try to bring up use your breath to bring up the emotions that you need to feel through. Let yourself grieve of what you didn't receive from that person. And maybe underneath, like there is even a deeper wound that you find, or underneath there's a realization. Yeah. And sometimes we hang on to people or situations because we need to understand something. But that, again, you can give that to yourself. You don't need the other person to give that to you. And once we resolve the dissonance, the conflict within ourselves, or the whatever needs to grieve or be restored, that's usually when we don't even care anymore if the other person is giving us anything of their time. We may not even want to hear it anymore. It may help and it may be nice, but often we don't need it anymore. It's even helpful if you write a letter or speak a message in your phone or whatever needs to happen for you to, address it to that person or that situation, and then burn it or flush it down the toilet or whatever feels good. Sometimes we just need to get the words out, spoken or written, without actually sending it to the person, and that's already enough. I've experienced that so many times that when I actually let myself feel through and write out what I needed to feel, I let go. And once somebody also told me, Vanessa, you need to let go of the expectation that this situation will ever change. And I know that this is a hard pill to swallow. I get it. It was hard for me too. But it's also, once you get it, it's so liberating, because you stop sending all your energy in that direction or holding on within you to that hope. And giving up on hope that you get an apology or whatever is not giving up on yourself. Another example is that, or another way to look at it is that, imagine there's a part of you that is grieving this situation. What does this part of you need? Does this really need the other person to come and hug them? Or could you imagine you hug that part of yourself? It's a lot of, if you use a lot of visualization with that helps a lot. This is called parts work. I love it. I use it with all my clients. It's super helpful. I use it in my daily life whenever I feel triggered or whatever. And it's so helpful because you get a little bit distance from an understanding. You're becoming the observer of what you feel. So when you imagine there's a part of you that hasn't closed that situation yet, or wishes for closure, or grieves that she or he didn't, or they didn't have an apology, or something like that. Just imagine, you can close your eyes even, and imagine there's a part of you standing in front of you, and they are sad that they never got an apology or closure or whatever. How do they look like? What do they feel? What do they need? And maybe they will feel super angry. And then you can put on a song and dance out the anger, or scream into your pillow, or, punch into the air. Just don't hurt anybody or yourself in that. But, work with what's within you, because that part of you that hasn't closed that, there's a dissonance within you, because one part of you maybe wants to move forward. So we don't want to force that part to let go, but we want it to feel understood by us. And sometimes for those moments, we need to really go inside and feel inside and just be with that part and listen to them, because it's really like, you can solve this within yourself, and you will feel so much freer than to wait for somebody else to give you closure. That's what I'm going to say. And it's freaking empowering. Every time I do that, I understand myself and my needs. This is because this is also about your needs. You understand your needs much better. What do I need, to release that? What do I need to feel through? What action do I need from myself? Do I need maybe self-respect? Do I need do I need to know or understand that I deserve better, or that whatever it is? It's up to you. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just want you to know that you can solve this within yourself. Just tune in inside. All right? Have a good day. Share with me in the comments how you feel about this. Maybe what part of you needs closure, or what situation needs closure. When we share together, maybe we can help each other. Yeah? So have a good day, and whatever you're going through, wherever you're at, I know you can do this, and I hope you too. Ciao.